Good morning, stock traders. I hope all of you are having a fantastic morning. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about a $5 stock that I really like and that I plan on buying on Tuesday morning. So as you are watching this video, I will be looking for an entry point. Did you catch my video that came out on Monday afternoon? I talked about stocks SMMT that went up 48.18% that day and MRAI that went up 23.62%. Did you get a piece of that? Please reach out to me in the comment section down below if you did. And in today's video, we're going to recap the market and talk about that new $5 stock that we got. Monday was not a fun day on the market. There were some crazy things that happened, and it was not a positive day as far as the stock market goes. Personally, I had a gain, but only because I had those two stock picks in my portfolio and they powered me to big wins. Before we get going though, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss out on a new video. If you are interested in my selling points, I do give those out for absolutely free on my portfolio. The way to do it is to go on Twitter and follow me at maltbie. There's a link in the description down below. I also have a Patreon group with a link there. And if you want my buy alerts right as they happen, you will want to get at least that basic membership. But we have all kinds of different memberships with different parts of my callouts. There are other professional traders within my Discord if you want access to that. The standard and premium levels are the levels that you will need for that. All right, let's get going. Let's start talking about it. Let's start by covering the SPY ETF. Okay, so we had this big move downwards. Now, I had already thought that 413 was going to be support. Why? Because we had this gap here, and this was the bottom of the gap. So we pulled down to that almost perfectly. Now that we have completely filled that gap, there is a more of a possibility that we will find bottom, but it's hard to know exactly where the bottom is going to be here. There is another gap just down below here. You can see here between 406 and 408. We couldn't come all the way back down to that, but I am expecting a market bounce after that, especially once we get past Jerome Powell and Jackson Hole. And so we'll have all of that kind of going on later this week. And I expect him to be more of the same, and then some of the worry to just kind of subside from the market and for us to see a move upwards from there. There's some open gaps that are really kind of happening right now. As you can see right here, 418 is a gap all the way to 422 if you follow my cursor right here. And then also we have another gap up here at 425, and then my ultimate price target for 435, that 435 area that I expect the market actually to get to. It looks like we've had a 1, 2, 3, and that we are having wave 4, which is being very, very steep, which makes sense because this was rather shallow right here, and having a steep wave 4 and then continuing upwards once we find bottom here. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't roll over and get some bad news and go way down here. I don't expect that, especially with all these different support levels that are here. So, you know, a little uneasy about the market, but I trade my strategies, so I continue to load stocks that fit my strategies. Even when the market is like this, I'm not scared enough to go cash at this point. I'm wanting to take advantage of these buy points as we buy the dip. I want to be buying the dip in these type of situations and trying to find good support points like 413, and looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what that has for store. All right, let's start talking about this stock. It's around $5. And man, has it had some very impressive insider activity reported in the Form 4s by the SEC in the evening. So let's go to it. This stock is ticker symbol IMMR. This is Immersion Corp. And this stock has had quite a bit happen in Form 4s reported on Monday evening. So the chief strategy officer loaded 3 days in a row, all open market transactions, all around the $250,000 range. So very impressive. And then we have an executive chairman who did the same, but only did 2 different days in a row. So that is very interesting to see multiple officers loading in open market. We don't have a huge dip here, so it does not seem to be a value buy. we have this very obvious this gap right here that starts at 570 and goes all the way to 591. Like it to fill that rather quickly, and then going beyond there, we have a 52-week high of 978. Expecting this to get past this right here, get past this little gap here. We might see some resistance as we get here. But that type of insider activity is very, very bullish. That's something that I look for. And so this fits my strategy perfectly. So I'm looking for an entry point on this. And if you have some shares of this and you want to sell them to me for right around 525, I'd really appreciate that. But most likely we're looking probably at an entry point of around $5.70 on Tuesday morning. But I expect this stock to be pretty powerful. It's pretty cheap. It's had some very significant insider activity. We have a gap open up here that's pretty obvious. Liking this for a nice move. It's not overbought by any means in the RSI. We have increasing levels here. It looks like the MACD is looking a little better, but not perfect. We're past earnings, so that's good. Always like to get that out of the way. So lots of great reasons that I think this stock will do well. I wish you all the best in the stock market. If you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to me in the comments section down below. I wish you all the best on the stock market, and Raythoven out.